Hi, I'm David Roger, General Counsel for the Las Vegas Police Protective Association, and today I want to introduce our newest e-board member, Chad Lyman. Chad, welcome to the e-board. You're going to be a great asset for us. I know you started with the department in 2004. Can you talk to us about all of your assignments and then your most recent assignment before coming up here?
Yes, prior to working for LVPPA, I worked for another police department for about 6 years, and then I came to LVPPA in 2004, worked patrol, worked as an FTO, served in the gang unit, served in SWAT, also on one of the SAT teams I worked for a period of time, back to patrol, and then my most recent assignment prior to coming here was with AOST up in Training Division.
What did you do at AOST?
At AOST, I was a staff member and helped with use of force, defensive tactics. I'm a firearms instructor, and we would do everything from the legal updates year to year to particular skill training for skill and development for the individual officers. And then also we'd do scenario-based training and then have the officers articulate to us maybe why they chose a certain force option, things like that.
Oh, great. I know that skill set is going to be obviously very beneficial to our members, and our members will see you at all the critical incidents and the OISs for sure.
Yes, I'm looking forward to supporting them.
Great. Let's switch gears for a second and talk about protective orders. And as you know, Policy 6/018 deals with protective orders, right?
Yes.
And these protective orders can range from temporary protective orders for domestic violence, regular protective orders, extended protective orders. It really covers the entire gambit of orders, right?
Yes.
And does that also include out-of-state orders?
Yes, an officer might stop someone who has a hit, but the hit comes from another jurisdiction or another court.
Okay. So I know recently we've been at IAB with some officers who either didn't notify the suspects or didn't serve out-of-state orders on the individuals, and so we wanted to talk a little bit about how important it is to notify the suspect and serve these orders. And so talk just briefly about the importance of when you get a hit or a party provides you with an order to notify the suspect or the target of that order.
So what we're suggesting for our officers is that you would use the same procedure that you would use as though the hit were generated by our jurisdiction. So using our paperwork and our requirements to fulfill that, if it were one of our own orders, do the same thing for an out-of-state order, and that way let the courts figure it out later. That way the officer's done their due diligence for either the person requesting the service or the suspect who they stopped who has a hot hit. So we would just treat it the same as any order from our jurisdiction.
Okay. So if you pull someone over and NCIC comes back that the person is subject to a protective order, you tell the person, hey, you have this protective order against you, and that satisfies policy with respect to any type of order, correct?
We believe so, yes.
And then, of course, if another party, maybe a female or perhaps even a male, has an order and wants you to serve it on the individual, if that person is, within the area in which you can go serve the person, you're required to serve the order on that person, right?
The same as you would if it were one of our orders, and then let the courts figure it out.
Yeah, and that's really important. Sometimes I get phone calls from officers who are looking at these orders, wondering if it's valid or not. And the department's policy is serve the order, and if it's not valid, they can fight it out in court. But our job is to protect people and make sure that orders are served on individuals, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk about extended protective orders. These are orders in which a person has been to court on the original order, the judge has extended the order, and generally it's valid for about a year. Are these people allowed to have firearms?
No, generally as a requirement or a stipulation of that order, it will restrict their ability to have firearms.
Okay. So you as an officer out on the streets, what are you required to do when a person has an extended protective order against them and they have a firearm in their possession?
Well, if it were in plain view or something that I could legally have access to, well, then I would seize that and take it, provide them with a receipt for the item, and note. It might be a violation of the order, depending on what we're doing. I might have to take action there, but minimum, I need to secure that firearm as long as I have a legal, lawful access to it. And then I also would inform them of that restriction if I didn't have any firearms that were noted.
Sure. And let's assume that you're serving an extended protective order on the individual for the first time, and they say that they have firearms in their home. Are you required to fill out paperwork and notify the patrol detectives about this?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
And so this is really a very simple policy, and if you get a hit or you have an actual order, serve it on the individual. Let the courts figure out whether it's valid or not, but just protect yourself, follow policy, and if you do that, you're always going to be safe. Chad, thank you very much for this information. You'll be hearing from Chad in the future. And as always, if you have legal issues, whether it's employment issues, criminal law issues, or other types of legal issues, always call me, or you can contact me at ldroger@lvppa.com. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys. Be safe.
111, 110.